This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has called on the government and people to rally around a 10-point national economic, educational, and social program in tribute to the nation's fallen heroes. The President's comments were part of a statement that was issued to Dir Al Watan, the nation's shield magazine, on the occasion of the 44th National Day of the UAE. His Highness Sheikh Khalifa added that the armed forces servicemen have set wonderful examples of the ultimate heroism and sacrifice, and that all have a duty to remain loyal to the values for which they offered their lives. His Highness stated that the 2nd of December is a day on which we remember with full pride and reverence the insightful life of the founding father of the Union, the late Sheikh Zayed, and his brothers, the late founding fathers, who in their lifetime became role models for all of us. As part of the statement, the UAE President outlined a 10-point program, which includes social imperatives that contribute to the happiness of the UAE's people, such as world-class housing, first-rate learning systems, and high-quality modern healthcare services to citizens, as well as increasing federal financial allocations dedicated to improve the quality of life, support family stability, and continue government spending on major infrastructure and development projects with the aim of stimulating economic growth, generating more job opportunities, and enhancing social stability. And on the occasion of the 44th National Day of the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister, and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has also issued a similar statement to the people of the UAE. In his remarks, the ruler of Dubai acknowledged the sacrifice of the nation's martyrs and reaffirmed that they and their fellow servicemen show once again that the Emiratis are up to the challenges everywhere, both ups and downs, however severe, and that they are generous in good times and in bad, and in times of peace and war. His Highness went on to say that since the state was established, we have continued to commit ourselves to the principles of international law, seek peaceful coexistence with our neighbors, expand our friendship with all the world's countries, and reject the use of force or the threat of force to resolve disputes and settle conflicts. At the same time, His Highness added that we are interested in building our capabilities to project or protect our country, independence and gains, and ward off whoever plans to assault or damage our security and stability. Her Excellency Sheikh Lubna bint Khalid Al Qasimi, the Minister of International Cooperation and Development and head of the UAE Committee for Coordination of Humanitarian Foreign Aid, said that the UAE's foreign aid to 140 countries touched 60 billion dirhams from 2010 to 2014. Her Excellency Sheikh Lubna made the remarks while meeting with more than 60 Arab and foreign journalists hosted by the National Media Council on the occasion of the celebrations of UAE's 44th National Day. During the meeting, Her Excellency added that the ministry is launching a new humanitarian aid policy at the beginning of 2016 and stressed that the humanitarian assistance provided by the UAE to all the peoples around the world is unconditional, being part of the UAE people and leadership values and culture to assist those in need. Sheikh Lubna noted that the UAE's aid is distributed through its humanitarian bodies, such as Emirates Red Crescent, which operates in many countries to provide assistance to the underprivileged. It also cooperates with other international humanitarian bodies, such as UNICEF, UNRWA, and others in the refugee host countries. The minister said that the UAE is a major donor to the people of Yemen, with a total of $320 million in aid. It will also commit $130 million through ERC and other relief agencies in Yemen. Just over 100 cases were dealt with by the Child and Women Protection Department at Dubai Police in the first 9 months of this year, which, according to officials, is a considerable drop compared to 2014. Brigadier Mohammed Al-Mur, the director of the Human Rights Unit, said that there have been 112 cases this year compared with 191 last year. Of this year's cases, 55 were handled by the Social Support Unit, 36 by the Child and 20 by the Child Unit and 21 by the Women's Department. While many of the cases dealt with involve serious incidents, officials also revealed that the Child and Women Protection Department also has dealt with more minor cases involving providing support in divorce cases and helping couples amicably agree on visitation agreements for children involved. Drivers in Dubai committed nearly 21,300 hard shoulder offences in just 6 months. According to the police, despite the serious consequences of these types of violations, drivers continue to use the hard shoulder to overtake, particularly in areas where traffic congestion and bottlenecks occur during the peak hours. The increase in the amount of offenders caught have been attributed by police to the new advanced mobile camera introduced by the Emirate early this year in a bid to deter drivers moving into the banned hard shoulder area, which followed a surge in serious accidents due to these offences. Police have stated that the new cameras are highly accurate and flexible, can distinguish between white and yellow lines, and are intended to catch these violators specifically. In addition, drivers committing hard shoulder offences are fined 600 dirhams and have 6 black points added to their traffic record. And finally, in the bulletin, after the Formula One season drew to an exciting close in the Abu Dhabi last weekend, it's time for Dubai to kickstart the 17th season of HSBC Rugby 7's World Series as rugby action returns to the 7 Stadium this weekend. At a press conference, organizers, along with coaches of the national sides, announced that a total of 750 matches across the 3 days of the tournament have been lined up for this year's Emirates Airline Dubai Rugby 7s, which starts on Thursday. International action between the 14 teams will kick off on Friday, with the teams all set to begin the new 10-round season on a positive note. While Fiji is all geared up to defend their World Series title, it was South Africa who stole the show with an undefeated outing last year, where they won the final with a dominating scoreline of 37-3. Commenting on the expectations, the coaches of the two sides revealed that the season ahead is pretty much a build-up for the Sevens' debut during the Rio Olympics in 2016.
There's a real feeling of success in Fiji at the moment on the field, and they want that to continue. And the obvious signpost next is the Olympic Games and defending our World Series title. And also, you know, my first proper tournament with Fiji was in Dubai 2 years ago, and we gave New Zealand the heaviest result, biggest loss they've ever had in their history of men's or women's 7s or 15s. And for that, you know, I'm keen to replicate some similar performances this weekend. We go into every game wanting to win, and I think, you know, it happened a few times where you've come here as the opening leg of the tournament and managed to win it. It does just take the pressure off a little bit. You have a bit more confidence that what you're doing is working a little bit better than the other teams, and so whoever does win this weekend, you know, that they're not going to win a gold medal necessarily. It won't guarantee that, or win a world title, but it will just give them a bit more confidence that what they're doing is right, and, you know, and ease the pressure off them, I suppose.
I think there's a lot of South Africans living in Dubai, so we always have great support coming out to Dubai. Yeah, I think thinking back on this tournament last season, we hit a bit of form in that tournament, and it almost feels like whatever you tried, it came off. So hopefully we can get that same form and intensity up over the weekend, and hopefully we can repeat what we did last season.
There is much to cheer about for sporting fans in the UAE, with plenty of on-field and off-field entertainment to look forward to, with fancy dresses and a number of activities for the young ones. Organizers are expecting a total of 100,000 spectators throughout the weekend, as Dubai Rugby 7s returns to the Emirate for its 46th year to establish itself as the biggest and most popular sporting event on the Dubai calendar.
We are unique because we have not only the men's and women's series, the international series, we have 250, 260 social teams playing, from men's, women's, the golf tournaments, the vets, We have schoolboys events. And this year we've actually, for the first time, brought in the netball. So we've put another dimension to it. Okay, it's not rugby, but it's bringing people to the event, people that actually may never go to a rugby event, who will experience it while they're there and will say, wow, this is great.